All war is based on deception. Sun Tzu. This map shows the German military situation at the beginning of June 1944. The Russians were gathering resources for a renewed offensive in the east, and the Germans were fortifying their positions and trying to divine where the next Russian Schwerpunkt would be. So, the purpose of this video is to explore what Sun Tzu might have done to defeat Germany if he were in General Eisenhower's position, based on Sun Tzu's statements. Historically, Sun Tzu would have agreed with some of the Allied actions, such as the implementation of Operation Fortitude, where a fake army was created in southeast England, located close to France, which deceived the Germans about Allied intentions. So what would Sun Tzu have done? He would have given the Germans what they expected, as this quote states. Deception, whether by something like Operation Fortitude or a quick raid in force, as was done in the past. Once the Germans started believing that they could predict where you're going and what you're going to be doing in the future, then it would be all the more surprising once you did something else, and the correct reaction would be much slower. Sun Tzu would foment a deception campaign in Normandy. He would order many dummy parachutists to be dropped all over the hinterland away from the coast. He would also activate the French resistance to cause as many problems as possible and to distract the Germans. Referencing this quote, the Allies would be seeming to be near Normandy, when they were really far away with another objective. He would also order many ship-to-shore salvos along with fighter and bomber activity to give the Germans the impression that something is going on. German attention would be focused on this area. Attack him where he is unprepared. Appear where you are not expected. Since the German army was mainly in Russia, Italy, and northern France, there were actually few units in Germany itself. 15 new divisions were in the process of formation in Germany in early June 1944, but these were inexperienced raw recruits, scattered all over the country. Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt. Airborne troops are great for the purposes of quick maneuver and lightning strikes. They usually cause shock and surprise to the enemy. Sun Tzu would attack Germany's weakness, the airfields and ports around Hamburg and Bremen. Initially there would be no fighter cover, but the surprise and quick takeover of the airfields would mitigate that. After dropping about 3 airborne divisions and landing 4 to 5 infantry divisions, troops and supplies could be rapidly flown into the airfields. Although the reinforcement schedule would be delayed much longer compared to Normandy, they would also face less opposition and expend less ammunition. Next, the Allied armored columns would race to the Rhine to block German troops coming from the west. At the same time, Allied mechanized troops would hurry toward Berlin to seize the seat of German power. There would be surprise on the Allied side and total disruption. Supreme excellence consists of breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. There would be less fighting inside Germany at first compared to the hedgerows of Normandy. It would be more like a race. This follows Sun Tzu's principle. Since the northern French coast was fortified and manned, the Allies should have avoided it and went where there were few troops, like northwestern Germany. Attacking Germany itself certainly fits the last portion, emerged to their surprise. Combined with the Russians pushing from the east with Operation BAGRATION, it could have been more than the Germans could handle all at once, being on the back foot on 2 different fronts. Is this just fantasy? Was this even possible? German Armaments Minister Albert Speer notes in his 1969 autobiography that the German High Command, concerned about the susceptibility of the airports and port facilities along the North Sea coast, held a conference on June 6 to the 8th, 1944 to discuss reinforcing defenses in that area. Speer wrote, "In Germany itself we scarcely had any troop units at our disposal. If the airports at Hamburg and Bremen could be taken by parachute units and the ports of these cities seized by small forces, invasion armies debarking from ships would, I feared, meet no resistance and would be occupying Berlin and all of Germany within a few days. The greatest victory is that which requires no battle. Certainly the Germans would react swiftly. However, with Allied air power roaming over Europe, the Rhine crossings blocked, and total internal chaos, Who knows? Perhaps the war could have been over by Christmas. Well, we'll never know, but it's fun thinking about this speculative scenario with you. Please put in the comments section what you think would have happened if the Western Allies had invaded northwestern Germany. If you liked what you see, hit the subscribe button or share. Thank you. This has been EmersusTech.